Stacey runs a daycare in San Antonio, and the children absolutely love her. One of her most popular services is picking kids up at the school to bring them back to her facility for after school care. The children pile into the daycare vans with their backpacks, eager to tell her about what happened at school that day. One day, Stacy started to worry that her daycare might not be protected if an accident happened on one of her pickup runs. The fear stirred inside of her because she had heard a news story about another daycare in town that had had a van accident a few days earlier. It caused her to worry what would happen if something like that happened to her daycare van. Stacy wasn't even sure that she had the right insurance to cover an accident like that. If your daycare uses a van, a bus, or car related for daycare activities, you need commercial insurance. Regular personal auto policies do not cover vehicles used for business purposes, especially when you're picking up and transporting children. Commercial auto insurance is designed to cover the specific risks that businesses face when they use vehicles. It provides essential coverage in three main areas. Number one is liability protection. This covers damages to other people's property, such as vehicles, and medical costs for the injuries if you or your driver is ruled to be the cause of an accident. Number two is what we call physical damage. You may have heard of comprehensive and collision coverage, and this helps pay for repairs or replacement of your daycare vehicle after an accident. It also works after a hailstorm. Item number three is what is known as medical payments or personal injury protection. This covers the medical bills for drivers and passengers who may be injured no matter who caused the accident. After speaking with her insurance agent, Stacy understands why daycare vans require this kind of protection. She and her agent sit down and check her policy to ensure it covers everything her daycare might face on the road. But this brought up another question for Stacy. What happens if her staff uses their own cars for daycare errands? Stacy learns that if an employee uses their personal car for daycare business, like going to the post office or the bank, and gets into an accident, the daycare could be held responsible. That's where hired and non owned auto insurance comes into play. This coverage protects the business even when you don't own the car involved in the accident. Stacy opted to add this to her policy for extra peace of mind. Stacy realizes transporting kids adds extra responsibility to her work. Child injuries can result in large claims, especially if parents think the daycare didn't take adequate safety precautions. Having sufficient liability coverage is therefore vitally important. This insurance pays for things like medical costs or legal claims if someone sues after an accident. Higher coverage limits are always a smart idea to protect against these unexpected events. Daycares must follow strict safety measures when transporting children. Here are some things that you need to keep in mind as a daycare owner. Always use correct car seats or booster seats for each child's age and size. Keep your vehicles well maintained with regular inspections and document those inspections. And finally, make sure all of your drivers are qualified and have clean motor vehicle records. What about big accidents? Stacy's agent also told her about umbrella insurance coverage, which can provide an additional layer of protection in case of a really large accident. This coverage would kick in if the cost of the claim and the defense exceed the policy's regular limits as a result of that accident. Stacey loves working with an experienced insurance agent at Insurance for Texans. Now Stacey feels confident every time her van hits the road, knowing her childcare business is fully protected. If your daycare uses vehicles or for other daycare insurance policies, it's time to make sure you have True Texas education insurance. Don't leave your business open to risk. Click the link below in the description to learn more about our transportation insurance options for your daycare and keep it rolling forward.